We tell stories of human way, not with artificial voices or AI slop. In the end, what's HFI without humanity? Subscribe to keep it this way. My name is Immerse. Let's begin. The council chamber was alive with tension. Hundreds of representatives from dozens of alien worlds filled the vast hall. Floating platforms carried beings of all shapes and sizes, their voices echoing in a chorus of languages that humans could barely comprehend. At the center of it all, Earth's ambassador, Commander Alex Rains, stood tall and calm, though his heart raced. Today, he hoped, humanity would finally prove that they could be trusted allies in the galaxy. "Please listen to me," Alex said, his voice firm but respectful. "Earth seeks peace. We have no reason to fight. We only want to join the Council to help protect this galaxy together." A large, winged alien from the planet Zithra hissed, its eyes glowing red. "Your people are weak. You cannot defend yourselves. How can we trust you?" Alex took a slow breath. Strength is not just about weapons. It's about courage. It's about choosing peace even when war is easier. The council murmured. Some aliens nodded. Others looked skeptical. Tension filled the room like a storm about to break. Suddenly, alarms blared. Red lights flashed. The chamber shook violently. A deafening explosion ripped through the central platform where Alex stood. Smoke filled the air and screams echoed. Alex felt a sharp pain in his chest. He staggered and fell to the floor. His vision blurred. Around him, representatives fell, their bodies hitting the ground with heavy thuds. Flames licked the walls. From the corner of his eye, Alex saw a shadow move quickly. A small, cloaked figure fired a strange weapon. Before he could react, a burst of energy hit him squarely. Darkness began creeping over his vision. On the observation deck above, the human security team watched in horror. Lieutenant Mara Chin grabbed the communicator. "Ambassador, are you okay? Respond." No reply came. The screen showed chaos. Council members were fighting, trying to escape. Ships hovered near the chamber, their weapons already charging. Mara turned to the rest of the team. "They've killed him. They've killed the ambassador. We need to get out now." The humans scrambled toward their ship. Outside, the Council space station trembled under the assault. Alien warships appeared, sleek and deadly, firing at anything that moved. The human crew jumped into their vessel, engines roaring. As they blasted away from the Council station, Captain Ryan Cole gripped the controls. His face was pale. "Everyone accounted for?" he asked. "Yes, but the ambassador..." Mara's voice broke. She clenched her fists. "We can't just leave him there." Ryan shook his head. "We have no choice. If we stay, we all die. We need to regroup, find allies, and figure out who did this." Deep in space, the humans found a temporary hiding spot in an asteroid field. The silence was heavy. No one spoke for several minutes. Finally, Mara broke it. "Why would anyone attack the Council? Why kill the ambassador?" she asked. Ryan rubbed his eyes. "Because they fear us. Or maybe they want war. Either way, Earth is now a target." Another crew member, Jared, tapped on the ship's console. "I'm picking up unusual signals nearby. Not like the Council or standard communication. Someone is watching us." Mara frowned. "Could it be the attackers? Are they tracking us?" Jared nodded. "Possibly. Or maybe someone else is trying to contact us. It's hard to tell. The signals are encrypted." Ryan leaned back, tension written across his face. "Then we better find out fast. If Earth is next, we don't have much time." Meanwhile, somewhere in the shadows of the galaxy, a mysterious alien figure watched. Its face was hidden, but its eyes gleamed with cold calculation. "They have fled," it said, voice like gravel. "But this is only the beginning. Earth will pay for interfering. Prepare the annihilation protocol." Back on the human ship, the crew tried to make sense of everything. Supplies were low, weapons limited, and the galaxy suddenly felt much larger and more dangerous than they had ever imagined. Mara stared at the view screen, seeing stars streak past. "We're alone out here. If no one helps us, Earth could be destroyed, and no one would even know why." Jared tapped a sequence on the console. "I think I've decoded part of the signal. It's a message from someone in the council, or maybe a spy. It says, "Trust no one. The council has been compromised. Find the one called Xylan. He knows the plan." Ryan's eyes widened. Xylan? That's an ancient alien name. If the message is real, we're the only ones who can stop what's coming. Mara bit her lip. But how? We barely escape with our lives. We're outnumbered, and the council won't help us now. They think we started this war. Ryan's jaw tightened. Then we make our own path. We find Xylan. We find the truth, and we survive. No one else will fight for Earth if we don't. Hours passed as the ship silently navigated the asteroid field. Every blip on the radar made hearts race. Every strange signal felt like a threat. The crew didn't sleep. They couldn't. Suddenly, a massive shadow crossed the ship's path. A warship, unlike anything they had seen, blocked their escape. Its hull was black, jagged, and bristling with weapons. Braced for impact. Ryan shouted. Mara grabbed her blaster. We're outnumbered again. Just great. The warship fired. Explosions rocked the human ship. Alarms screamed. The crew struggled to maintain control. In the chaos, Mara noticed something unusual. One of the warship's energy beams seemed different, slower, easier to predict. Ryan, aim for the left wing. We might just, maybe... Ryan nodded, maneuvering the ship carefully. The human vessel weaved through the beams, dodging death by inches. In a daring move, they fired their own weapons at the warship's weak point. A loud explosion rocked the enemy ship. Pieces of metal floated away in the void. The humans had survived, but only barely. As the dust settled, Mara looked at the crew. We did it, but for how long? They'll come back, and next time, it might be the end. Ryan leaned back in his chair, exhausted. We've made it this far. That counts for something. But Mara, Earth is in real danger. And we just received our first call to action. The galaxy doesn't wait, and neither can we. Jared spoke quietly, almost himself. Xylan, we need to find him. He's our only chance. Mara, clench your fists. Then we start the search. We can't waste time. Every second counts. Outside the ship, the stars stretched endlessly, beautiful but deadly. The humans were alone hunted, and the weight of the galaxy's fate rested on their shoulders. And somewhere far away, the shadowy figure watched, smiling. The destruction of Earth was only beginning. The asteroid field was silent, but the silence was heavy, like the calm before a storm. The human ship drifted between jagged rocks, engines humming softly, masking the fear gnawing at the crew. No one spoke much. The shadows of the destroyed council station haunted their minds. Captain Ryan Cole stared at the radar, his jaw tight. The enemy warship had retreated, but it wouldn't be long before more came. We can't stay here, he said finally. They'll track us. We need to move, find somewhere safe, and figure out our next step. Lieutenant Marichin leaned against the control panel, arms crossed. Her eyes were sharp, scanning every monitor. Safe is a joke in this part of the galaxy. Every corner we turn, every signal we detect, someone is hunting us. We've been marked. The galaxy knows Earth is vulnerable now. Jared, hunched over the console, tapped the sequence quickly. I'm picking up signals nearby. They're strange, old technology, almost hidden. Not the council, not enemy ships. Whoever sent them doesn't want to be found. Ryan frowned. A trap or a lead? Which one? Jared hesitated. I don't know. But if it's a trap, it's the only chance we have to learn what's coming. The crew debated for hours, navigating the twisting corridors of the asteroid field. The shadows of massive rocks loomed like silent predators. Every small ping on the radar made them jump. Finally, they decided to follow the hidden signal. After minutes that felt like hours, a small, ancient station appeared. It floated like a relic of forgotten era, half covered in asteroid debris. The humans approached cautiously, weapons ready. This place looks abandoned, Mara whispered. But something tells me it isn't. Ryan nodded. Stay alert. Everyone eyes open. One wrong move. The ship docked silently, and the crew stepped into the station. The air was cold and dry. Panels flickered with faint blue light. Strange symbols covered the walls, etched deep as if they were warnings. Jared ran his hand over one of the symbols. These are old codes, pre-council era. Whoever built this, they've seen war before. Real war. A shadow moved at the far end of the corridor. The humans froze. A tall figure emerged, cloaked in a robe that shimmered faintly. Its face was hidden, but its presence demanded respect and fear. "You are the humans who survived the council attack," the figure said, voice deep and calm. "I am Xylan. I know why you have come." Ryan stepped forward. "Xylan, we don't have much time. Tell us what's happening. Who killed the ambassador? Why is Earth a target?" Xylan's glowing eyes scanned the humans. "You have little time and even less help. The council has been compromised. A secret faction has risen, one that fears the growth of human potential. They see Earth as a threat, and they will stop at nothing to destroy it." Mara frowned. "Compromised? The council? We trusted them." Xylan shook his head. "Trust is a luxury you cannot afford. Many members have been deceived, bribed, or threatened. The faction operates in shadows. They strike fast, leave chaos, and vanish. They killed your ambassador to force Earth into hiding and to weaken your resolve." Jared swallowed hard. "So they want war?" Xylan nodded. "Yes, but their goal is more than war. They seek total annihilation. Earth is a beginning." Ryan's fist clenched. "Then we stop them. Tell us how." Xylan led them deeper into the station. Strange machines hummed in the dark, their lights pulsing like heartbeats. "These artifacts," Xylan said, gesturing to the devices, "hold knowledge and power that humans can wield. But they are dangerous. One wrong move, and even you will be destroyed." Mara's eyes widened. "Knowledge and power? Are you saying we can fight them?" Xylan's gaze was steady. "Yes, but it will not be easy. You are outnumbered. They have ships, weapons, and spies everywhere. Even your allies cannot be trusted. Every move must be calculated. Every choice carries a cost." Jared's fingers trembled over the console. "Cost? What kind of cost?" Xylan's voice lowered. "Sometimes survival itself demands sacrifice. You may save yourselves, but others may not." The humans fell silent, absorbing the weight of Xylan's words. The gravity of the galaxy's danger pressed on their shoulders. Suddenly, alarms blared throughout the station. Red lights flashed. The hum of the machines shifted into an urgent, high-pitched tone. "They have found you," Xylan said calmly. "The faction tracks all signals of resistance. You must leave now." Ryan barked orders. Back to the ship, everyone fast. As they ran through the corridors, the walls shook violently. Energy blasts struck near them, leaving scorch marks on the metal. Alien soldiers, sleek, dark, and fast, appeared, cutting off their path. Mara fired her blaster, taking down 2 attackers. "There are too many," she shouted. Jared ducked behind console, shooting at another enemy. Sparks flew. Ryan grabbed Mara, pulling her into a side corridor. "This way." The humans fought their way to the docking bay. Each step a test of courage. They barely made it inside the ship before the alien soldiers destroyed the station's main doors. Once inside, the ship launched into the void. Outside, the asteroid field reflected flashes of energy beams. The humans had survived, but the faction had learned their location. Ryan leaned back, panting. "We can't run forever. They'll follow us, and soon Earth will feel their wrath." Mara tightened her grip on her blaster. "We need a plan. We need allies. And we need to understand their weapon." Xylan spoke from the corner, his voice echoing. "The weapon is unlike anything you have faced. It harnesses the energy of stars themselves. One strike, and Earth will be nothing. You must gather knowledge, build strength, and strike before it activates." Jared's face turned pale. "Stars? That's impossible." Xylan shook his head. "Nothing is impossible. But the longer you wait, the closer destruction comes. Time is your enemy." The ship moved silently through space. The crew stared at the stars, each of them lost in thought. Fear mixed with determination. They were outnumbered, outgunned, and alone, but they were still alive. Mara finally broke the silence. "Xylan, what can we do right now? Where do we start?" Xylan's eyes glimmered. You must train, learn, and adapt. The faction is patient and relentless. But so are you. Seek the hidden worlds, the ancient knowledge, and allies who are not afraid. Only then can humanity survive. Ryan clenched his jaw. Then that's what we'll do. We can't wait for someone else to save Earth. It's up to us. Hours turned into days as the humans navigated through uncharted space. Every jump through hyperspace brought new dangers. Rogue asteroid patrols and mysterious signals haunted them. Yet, with every challenge, they grew sharper, faster, and more aware of the galaxy's hidden threats. One night, Mara watched the stars, thinking of the ambassador, Alex Raines. She whispered, "We won't let them erase his dream. We'll fight. We'll survive. And we'll make them pay." Jared, sitting next to her, nodded. "We might be outnumbered, but we're not weak. Humans adapt. We find ways. We survive. That's what makes us dangerous." Ryan appeared behind them, looking at the endless expanse of stars. "The Council thinks humans are weak. They were wrong. And the faction, they will learn the same lesson. We are alive, and Earth still has a chance." Xylan, standing silently in the shadows, nodded. "The first step has been taken. The humans have fled death once. Now they must learn to master it, to survive the storms ahead. Only then will the galaxy remember the name of Earth." And somewhere, far away, the shadowy alien faction prepared their next strike. The humans had escaped, but the hunt was far from over. The stars stretched endlessly ahead, filled with danger, mystery, and secrets. The humans were alone, but they were determined. And in the darkness of space, a desperate call echoed. A call for survival, courage, and the hope of turning the tide. The human ship cut through the void of space, silent but tense. Every crew member was alert. The shadows of the destroyed Council station, the death of their ambassador, and the mysterious alien faction loomed over them like a storm. They had survived the first attack, learned the first secrets, and met Xylan. But now, survival alone would not be enough. Captain Ryan Cole leaned over the console, scanning the radar. "We've been drifting too long. The faction isn't just waiting, they're watching. We need to act, not hide." Mara Chen's eyes narrowed. "Act how? We're outnumbered. They have weapons, ships, spies, and we have barely enough to defend ourselves." Xylan, standing in the corner, spoke softly but firmly. "You will strike first, not recklessly, but with precision. Knowledge is power. Information is your weapon. If you understand the enemy before they strike again, you can survive and maybe even turn the tide." Jared frowned. "Information? How? Where do we even start?" Xylan stepped closer. "There's a world in the Lethera sector, a hidden outpost called Zerith 9. There, an ancient intelligence archive exists. Maps, records, secret plans of the faction, all of it. But beware, the world is heavily guarded. Only a small strike team can succeed." Ryan's jaw tightened. "So it's a suicide mission." Xylan's glowing eyes met his. "It is not a question of life or death. It is a question of survival. Without the knowledge you find there, Earth will not survive." Mara drew a slow breath. "Then we do it. We have no choice." The ship approached Zerith 9 cautiously. The planet was dark, with stormy clouds swirling over jagged mountains. On the surface, massive structures loomed like fortresses, energy shields flickering under the planet's atmosphere. Alien patrols flew in patterns, scanning the skies. Ryan turned to the crew. "This is it. We go in quiet, strike fast, and get the information. No heroics, no mistakes. Everyone clear?" "Clear." Mara, Jared, and the rest of the team said in unison. The small strike vessel detached from the main ship and began its descent. Energy pulses from the planet's defenses painted streaks across the sky. The humans navigated between towering peaks, avoiding detection. Every movement was tense. Every second could be their last. "Almost there," Mara whispered. "We just need to reach the archive. Then we can leave." Inside the planet's central facility, security was tight. Alien sentries, tall and fast, moved in coordinated patterns. Cameras scanned the corridors. Sensors hummed with energy. Ryan signaled the team to split into pairs. "Jared, you and I take the west corridor. Mara, take the east. Find the archive access points. Stay in contact. Jared nodded. Understood. The teams moved like shadows. Their blasters silent. Their footsteps careful. The tension was unbearable. Every door, every corner could hide an enemy. As Ryan and Jared advanced, a patrol appeared ahead. Ryan pressed himself against the wall, whispering, "Wait! Count 3 now!" They moved. Energy pulses shot past, narrowly missing them. The patrol froze, confused, and then Ryan lunged, taking down the lead sentry with a precise strike. Jared disabled the others with a small EMP device. Meanwhile, Mara's team reached the eastern corridor. Sensors detected them instantly. "We've been spotted," she shouted. Energy shields activated, closing off their path. Mara's mind raced. Think. She grabbed a maintenance panel and threw it at the sensors. Sparks flew. The shields flickered. They ran. Finally, both teams reached the central archive. A massive console glowed with blue energy, symbols moving across it like liquid. This was it, the intelligence Xylan spoke of. Jared tapped the console. "Let's see what secret you're hiding." The screens lit up, revealing star maps, fleet positions, and weapon schematics. Human eyes widened. The alien faction was building a planet-destroying weapon, powered by a controlled supernova. One strike, and Earth would be obliterated. Ryan's voice was low, full of urgency. "We need to download everything. Now!" As they began the transfer, alarms blared throughout the facility. Security forces were swarming. The humans had triggered a silent alert. Mara fired her blaster, holding the enemy at bay. Hurry! We don't have much time." Jared's fingers flew over console. Almost done, just a few more seconds. Suddenly, the floor trembled. Massive war machines, towering over the humans, entered the room. Ryan cursed. "They've brought in the heavy units. We need an exit, now." The humans fought their way out, using every tactic they knew. Energy blasts cut through the corridors, sparks flew, and smoke filled the air. The facility shook violently as they made their escape. Mara took a daring risk, activating an old emergency lift that hadn't been used in decades. The lift shot upward at high speed, barely avoiding collapsing floors and falling debris. Outside, their strike vessel waited, engines ready. The humans leaped aboard as the facility exploded behind them, sending fire and rubble into the planet's stormy skies. Ryan's hands gripped controls. "Punch it. Get us out of here." The ship soared into the atmosphere, dodging patrols and energy beams. Finally, they broke through the clouds and into the darkness of space. As they caught their breath, the crew looked at the downloaded data. The supernova weapon was closer to completion than anyone had imagined. Earth's fate was hanging by a thread. Mara's hands shook as she reviewed the schematics. "They're not just trying to scare us. They're serious. Earth could be gone in hours if we don't act." Ryan nodded. "Then we don't wait. We take the fight to them. We warn Earth. We stop this weapon no matter what it costs." Xylan, standing quietly in the corner, finally spoke. "The first strike has succeeded, but this is only the beginning. The faction will retaliate. They are clever, patient, and merciless. You have information, but now you have a target on your back." Jared groaned. "I thought surviving the council attack was hard. This is insane." Ryan's voice was firm, filled with resolve. "We knew it wouldn't be easy, but we survive, we fight, and we protect Earth. That's what humans do. We don't give up. Not now, not ever." Hours later, the crew gathered in the ship's briefing room. Maps of the galaxy and the faction's positions were displayed on the holographic table. Every decision now carried weight. Every plan could mean life or death. Mara tapped the table, her finger tracing a path through enemy territory. "We need allies. Somewhere in the outer sectors, there must be races who oppose this faction. We can't do this alone." Ryan nodded. "We'll find them. We'll strike before they're ready. And we'll make sure Earth survives." Xylan added, "Patience and timing are your greatest weapons. Use them wisely. The galaxy will test you in ways you cannot imagine." Suddenly, a communication signal interrupted the meeting. A hologram appeared, a familiar figure from the council, distorted and frantic. They They know you survived Zereth. 9, the figure said. The faction, they're coming. You have hours before they strike. Earth must be warned you are the only hope. The hologram flickered and disappeared. Silence fell over the room. Mara, clench your fists. Then we move now. No hesitation. No mistakes. Ryan's eyes were cold and determined. This ends with us. We either stop them or everything we know is gone. Outside, the stars stretched endlessly, but now they were no longer just points of light. Each one could hide an enemy, a trap, or a secret. The humans were alone, outnumbered, and hunted, but they were ready to strike first. The first strike had been a success, but the war was only beginning. The stars outside the human ship stretched like silver threads in the void, calm and indifferent. But for Captain Ryan Cole and his crew, there was no calm, only urgency. Every passing second brought the shadow of the alien faction closer to Earth. The supernova weapon they had discovered in Zereth, 9, was near completion. If it fired, humanity would be erased from the galaxy forever. Ryan stood at the command console, eyes fixed on the holographic display. We know where the weapon is now. It's in orbit around the star Zereth, 7. Shielded by their fleet, it's nearly impossible to reach. Marachin, clench your fists. Impossible doesn't stop humans. We've survived worse. We take the fight to them. We destroy that weapon or die trying. Xylan, standing quietly in the corner, nodded. This will be the ultimate test. You are not just fighting for survival. You are fighting for the existence of Earth. Every move must be precise. Every choice critical. Jared leaned over the console. The weapon's shield is powered by the star's energy. Any attack from outside will be absorbed or deflected. We need to get inside. That's the only way to destroy it. Ryan's jaw tightened. Then we do it. Mara, prepare the boarding teams. Everyone else, get ready for a fight. This is it, the final strike. The human ship approached Zereth, 7 cautiously, weaving through asteroid fields to avoid detection. The alien faction's fleet loomed like a dark wall, sleek warships bristling with energy weapons. Ryan tightened his grip on the controls. No mistakes. We fly low, fast, and strike hard. Boarding teams, your entry points are marked. We breach the shields from inside. Everyone clear? Clear. The crew responded, their voices firm. There was fear, yes, but also determination. They had survived assassinations, ambushes, and near-impossible missions. They would survive this too. As they neared the weapon, energy beams flared, scanning the void. One misstep, and the ship would be torn apart. Mara's hands flew over controls. Shields down in 5, 4, 3 now. The ship dropped into the planet's orbital defense ring. Enemy fighters appeared, tearing through space, firing relentless beams. The humans maneuvered skillfully, dodging energy blasts, weaving between ships, and firing back with precision. Keep moving, Ryan shouted. We can't let them trap us. Once inside the weapon's outer hull, the boarding team prepared to infiltrate. Ryan, Mara, and Jared led the way. The corridors were vast and cold, filled with humming machinery and glowing energy conduits. The supernova weapon was alive, pulsing with the power of a dying star, ready to unleash destruction. Mara scanned the interior. Security is heavy. Automated sentries, laser grids, everything's designed to kill anyone who gets close. Xylan's voice echoed in their minds. Focus, timing, and precision. Strike where they least expect it. The humans moved like shadows, disabling sentries silently, avoiding detection, and advancing deeper into the weapon's core. Jared paused at a massive energy conduit. This is the heart of the weapon. If we can destabilize it, we can stop the launch. Ryan nodded. Then that's our target. Mara, cover me. I'll plant the disruptor. As Ryan and Mara worked, alarms blared. The alien faction had discovered them. Massive war machines and elite soldiers poured into the corridors, cutting off their path. Mara fired relentlessly, taking down enemies with calculated precision. They're everywhere, she shouted. Ryan planted the disruptor, sweat running down his face. Done. Evacuate. Now. The disruptor hummed to life. Energy flowed into the weapon's core, destabilizing its power. The supernova weapon shuddered violently, alarm screaming louder than ever. Jared raced to the controls. We need to get out before it blows. The crew fought their way back to the ship, energy blasts cutting across the corridors, debris falling around them. They leaped into the airlock just as the weapon began to overload. The ship launched into the void just as the supernova weapon detonated. A massive explosion lit the surrounding space, waves of energy rippling outward. The alien fleet was thrown into chaos. Several ships destroyed instantly. Mara clutched the console, her eyes wide. We did it. It's gone. Ryan exhaled, exhaustion and relief washing over him. For now. But they'll regroup. They always do. Xylan stepped forward. You have won this battle, but the war is not over. The galaxy has noticed Earth's resilience. You have made a statement. They will think twice before attacking again. But remember, threats will always come. Different, calmer, hopeful. Jared decoded it. It's a message from other systems. Races that oppose the faction. They've seen what we've done and they're offering alliance. Mara's eyes widened. We're not alone anymore. This changes everything. Ryan's face hardened with resolve. Then we prepare. Earth will be safe, and if anyone tries to destroy it again, we strike first. We've proven we can survive, and we've proven humans are not weak. Xylan nodded. This is only the beginning. The galaxy has changed, and humanity has a place in it. Remember this moment. You are no longer just survivors. You are warriors, protectors, and a force to be reckoned with. Days later, the human ship left Sirius 7 system. The crew gathered in the observation deck, staring at the stars. Silence filled the room, but it was not heavy. It was a silence of relief, of victory, and of a new purpose. Mara whispered, "The ambassador, he would have been proud. We've survived. We've struck back. We've proven ourselves." Ryan placed a hand on her shoulder. We'll honor him by continuing, by protecting Earth and humanity. Nothing else matters. Jared looked at the stars. And the galaxy, it's watching now. We've made enemies, yes, but we've also made allies. The war is far from over, but at least now we have a chance. But far in the shadows, the alien faction was not defeated. Their leaders gathered in a hidden system, furious and vengeful. They have destroyed our weapon. One said, voice like ice. But they have made a mistake. They think this is the end. The annihilation of Earth is only delayed. Prepare the next phase. No mercy. No mistakes. This time, Earth will not survive. The humans, unaware of the full extent of the new threat, prepared for the future. They had fought, survived, and struck first. The galaxy had changed, and humanity had proven its place among the stars. The stars stretched endlessly outside the ship, filled with beauty, danger, and possibilities. Humans were no longer just survivors. They were a force. And the final call of survival had only just begun. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this content, make sure to subscribe to the channel and support us. It really helps us grow and bring more videos like this. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.